family member that was very close to me, something that we had never experienced before.
Rest in peace.
Thank you. And that's when he cheated on me. Now, I cannot handle everything all at once. Like, I could only handle one thing, and I chose to handle a death over cheating.
Yeah.
So I let that go.
Yeah.
But after that, everything started declining. Not only that, I'm also taking care of this entire household. The only reason that we're up is because of me.
Yeah.
I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm doing everything. Now, if you're gonna sit on your ass, just the way that men were like, oh, you don't have to work, but you're gonna have to do something. Like, you gotta provide for your man in some type of way. Like,
so he wasn't giving you no game, no mental stimulation, wasn't teaching you nothing.
No, like, I had to be hard outside and I had to be hard inside. There was no peace.
So what about you just allowed you to have a man that wasn't teaching you nothing, giving you no game, not mentally stimulating you, and you was just like, it's cool for him to be at home? You liked him that much?
My feelings towards him.
See what I be saying?
My feelings towards him. If it wasn't because of how I felt, or like, even if I had the capacity.
What did he do to make you like him so much?
He just had to be.
He must have had a huge dick.
She was just choosing the man that she liked. I guarantee you, she just liked the man.
Honestly, since my relationship prior to that was an influencer, I didn't want to deal with all the things that I dealt with him. I wanted something completely opposite.
What were those things you had to deal with?
It was just like always cheating, always being disrespectful, like out in public. It was like he was like the one with all eyes on him, and he would forget that I was there. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like...
I say it all the time. A woman will date the man that she doesn't really like because she can get away with more. A man who doesn't have as many options, as much money, it's not as much competition. So you went with a man, you paid for everything, so you knew he didn't have as many options.
I think at that time, I cared more about not getting cheated on.
Yeah.
And how I was like, okay, well, maybe
But you still got cheated on.
Exactly.
So don't you feel like you should have stayed with the other dude?
100%. See, my mind has changed. Like, my mindset's changed.
See,
Listen,
women try to date down thinking that they're going to have more options. Man, it's a fat, ugly dude who's going to cheat on a woman. Do you feel like all men cheat?
No.
No?
No.
Have you guys ever cheated?
No, I've never cheated.
I've never cheated.
But I will say this. Do you still consider it cheating if in the very beginning of the relationship, he tells you, listen, baby, you the queen. You the one who's going to get all my attention, all my game, all my knowledge, all my leadership, the trips, everything, you know what I'm saying? Everything that come with, you know what I'm saying? Just everything, right? But I might still fuck bitches on the side. It doesn't mean anything to me, but they won't get the same love, attention, drive, leadership, discipline, focus, knowledge. They don't get none of that. They could never be in your queen position. But I might fuck bitches on the side. And you say, okay, cool, we continue with this relationship. Is that still cheating?
Well, no, because you have prior knowledge.
So would you accept that from the man who got the money and the status and does a lot for you? Or would you be like, nah?
Honestly, I think it would depend on how I feel.
That's a yes for the right man. For the right man.
Maybe. I don't know. I've never been put in that situation where somebody's initially approached me and been like, look, you could have all this, you could have the world, but I am going to cheat on you every now and then or whatever. I've never been approached with that situation, so I can't tell you how I would react to that situation. Right. Would I want my man to like tell me those things? No, of course not. Nobody wants that. No woman wants that.
So you rather have do it in the dark?
No, I appreciate the honesty because now you're letting me know that stepping into a relationship, this is what it's going to be like. And I know what I'm getting myself into.
Giving a woman a choice. That's what I say these dudes should do.
Exactly.
Give her the choice to accept it or reject it, and she will respect you more. Because most dudes going to do it. But if you give her the choice to accept it or reject it, she going to have a lot more respect.
Fellas, she's giving you guys the game right now.
I mean, I'm giving you the game. I'm pulling it out of her.
Yeah, you're pulling it out. Okay.
Now, you might lose me because I might not want to do that.
But guess what? When you lose a woman, being straightforward with respect, you always have access back at her later when she goes through a relationship where he said he was going to be faithful and she cheats anyway. You know what she's going to think? That man who kept it real with me.
100.
And she always, most of the time, going to double back like, well, if I'm going to get cheated on, at least let me be with a man who's upfront about it.
Damn.
When you let the woman leave with respect, you.
Bro, come on. I'm gonna have to stop that. Like, Mcqueen, bro, stop, bro. Like, dead homies for real. Like, bro, you ain't got no dead homies, bro. You know what I'm what I'm saying? You can't be saying dead homies if you ain't got no dead homies, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I just think like, damn, bro, they didn't took the lingo and everybody just saying, you know, all these words and these slang terms and stuff, but it's like, bro, you ain't got no business. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's wild, bro. I guess he got him excited.
Always have action back at her, but when you lie to a woman, you lose that respect. You're gonna lose her anyway.
Exactly.
Because guess what? You ain't never had a nigga keep it with that when that was with you. And you probably never will.
Probably not.
I have talked to somebody that did say that to me.
You just said right now that you've never been approached with that situation, so you don't know how you would react.
Relationship wise. Like, we went on a date and he pretty much said that to me, and right there and then I was like, oh, this isn't the guy for me.
Of course. Now, let's say that, you know, me and you were dating. We got a little bit serious, and then I told you that right before it got really serious.
My heart. No.
But at the same time, would what he just said not be true? Because you've never had a man keep it that honest with you. Yes, you may not want to hear it. Who wants to hear that? No. But at the end of the day, you can still respect me because I never lied to you. I kept it all the way 1,000 with you, and I gave you a choice. Right. I didn't say I'm going to do one thing and then do something else, which is what most niggas do.
Right.
Because they're afraid of losing you. You know what I'm saying? So,
exactly. But what about if you told me the truth and I decided right there and then, you know what?
That's totally fine too. Because look, at the end of the day, as long as a man is respecting himself, meaning like as long as he is staying loyal to his morals.
Wear black or white, bro. Don't wear red. Don't wear red or blue or none of that stuff in Compton, bro. It's that serious, bro. Yeah, don't wear neither, bro. Be safe out there, bro. Cause them guys, they not playing, bro. They're not playing. So I wear black. Black shirts all day, bro. Black or white shirts all day, bro. Me too. I don't even wear red or blue like that, bro. I don't want to give the wrong impression or the wrong idea that because I'm wearing a lot of blue one day, that day just be my day. You get me? Like, somebody might come press me, but I stay wearing black, bro. Wear black. You know what I mean? But just be safe, dog.
Does it mean anything? You know what I'm saying? No, it really doesn't. And those women could never take the position of my queen.
Hey, listen,
you know what I'm saying?
You could never be a real man if you lying about what you doing. What type of real man, got a second phone lying, sneaking around the house that he pays for? Shit. You're devaluing your own self-image when you lie to a woman. And if a woman finds out you lied, you done devalued yourself in her eyes, and a woman will never be with you long term if she don't respect you.
Yeah, you ain't got no self-respect for yourself if you got to lie and sneak around. Shit's embarrassing.
That's just how I look at it. Like, if you always keep it 100 with yourself, then everything else will always fall into place. And you know, like you said, if it's always about giving the woman a choice. You know what I'm saying? I think it's actually me having. I think. Yeah. I say that me telling you the truth is actually having the ultimate respect for you.
That's facts.
Well, I also think it sets the relationship up to succeed more, because if you're out here lying in the beginning and then now you want to switch the script, the girl did not agree to be with you in a relationship like this.
Exactly.
If you would have said that from the beginning, then you would have probably either just lost her or she would have kept it pushing.
100%.
But exactly. If you want to switch the script when you guys are already together, then that's a recipe for disaster.
No, of course. You can't do that. You got to be 100 in the beginning.
Communication is everything.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're talking about being honest, at least be honest in the beginning.
Of course,
give the girl the choice to walk away or stay.
Right. I got a quick question for you. Would you ever be with a man that does OnlyFans?
No.
That fucks with other girls online? No.
Now, how does that work? Because you have an OnlyFans.
No. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Do you? Okay. How old are you?
Double standard on school. Come on, man. Let me tell y'all a little something about double standard, man. Shout out my nigga Blueface. Free Blueface. Double standard. She can have an OnlyFans, but her man can't have an OnlyFans. Double standard. You know what I'm saying? A nigga fuck with a lot of bitches. You know what I'm saying? A bitch that fuck with a lot of niggas, it's a whore. A nigga that fuck with a lot of bitches and get bitches, he's player. You know what I'm saying? If I put my hands on a woman, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? But a woman put her hands on me, Double standard. Come on, man. You feel me? Like, why is it cool for y'all to do it, but we can't do it? Double standard, cuz. Come on.
Logic.
Let me ask her a better question.
Okay,
right?
go ahead.
Since you do OnlyFans, would you deal with a man who pays? Would you deal with a man who pays for multiple women's OnlyFans subscription?
Ooh.
That's a better question.
Ooh, that's a damn good question.
Right?
Wait, you would date a man that subscribes to other dudes, other girls'?
Other women's OnlyFans.
I can't.
You can't?
No.
But
that's disrespectful. Like, why do you want to see her naked?
And you don't feel like it's disrespectful?
I don't subscribe to people's OnlyFans.
But other men are seeing
other men.
But I'm not watching these men.
It don't matter. I mean, I hear you, but I'm just saying.
Also, as a Miami influencer or whatever, like, this is a very small world. Like, if you're subscribing to somebody's OnlyFans, I probably know her.
And if you're on OnlyFans, my worst enemy might be subscribing to your OnlyFans. My worst enemy could just see you.
If you really want to get into
let's get into
if
it.
you really want to get into that, then look, you have every right. Like, if I'm in a relationship with you, you have every right to tell me, like, look, I don't really like that you're doing OnlyFans. Like, let's work on something else. And we could do that. Like, I'm willing to do that for my man.
But what if
that man needs to give her the game. Give her the game and the knowledge to be able to do that.
Right.
You know
like, it's not going to be just no ordinary man. I'm just dating you and you don't like my OnlyFans and now I got to get rid of it because that's income. Like, are you going to give me that income?
I agree.
That I'm making monthly?
I actually will say that I don't agree with a man coming into a situation knowing you do OnlyFans and then in the midst of the relationship, him trying to tell you to stop.
That's crazy.
I think that a man, if he's going to date you while you have an OnlyFans, he has to be okay with the fact that you have an OnlyFans. That's my logic.
You're approaching me.
I'm not gonna try and change what you got going on. That's my thing, right?
Right.
However, okay, you cannot say that you want a certain type of man while you are still doing that.
This isn't tit for tat, though.
And what you mean it's not tit for tat?
This isn't tit for tat. Like, well, just because I have an OnlyFans means that you can have an OnlyFans. Like, no.
Baby, this is universal law.
If you're out here fucking people, can I be out here fucking people?
I was gonna say the same thing. That's why.
Wait a minute.
That's why I agree with what she's saying.
Wait a minute.
What I can do, my woman can't do.
There's double standards here.
Yeah,
just because I'm doing something doesn't mean that it's okay for you to do something either.
Yeah, baby, I can have multiple women. You can't have multiple dudes, and I stand on that, whether how fair it is or not. So I get it. She can have her own standards if she wants.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that one. However, it does.
Gotcha.
I agree with that one. However, there is a huge key component to that example. Most men are going to be out here fucking girls while lying to their girl. Okay? That's most men. Now, I do believe that it is I know that it's very rare for a man to keep it all the way 1,000, give that super hard, uncomfortable truth to their woman and be 100 and say, look, you're my queen, but I am going to be out here fucking other bitches, right? And since it's so rare, okay, I think that because that man is rare and he's willing to be honest, he's going to attract the woman like you who thinks the way you think. But if he's out here lying, okay, he's going to keep attracting low vibrational women. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, because he's putting up a front.
Yes or no?
Maybe.
No, you
Do you believe men can be monogamous, or you think it's in their nature?
I do. Like, I was raised by men that were like that. Like,
well. Let's say by men that you think are like that, because if you had a father or a brother,
I do have a father.
If they were cheated, I'm not saying they were. If they were, they wouldn't let you know. What do you think they would have told you if they were? I'm just saying, a lot of women don't understand. They dad is a trick. They brother is a trick. They dentist, they doctor. I mean, if you go online right now in any city in America and go to an escort website, it's tens of thousands of women. You think they're on there because nobody's buying them? It's a lot of dudes who have wives, girlfriends, who are tricks. And they love their woman and they go home every night, but you wouldn't know about it. So to say that you know dudes like that, it's damn near impossible to know that's a fact that they were a one-woman man. What do you think about that? I feel like women don't really know. I used to live in a lifestyle where I would see it. All husbands, doctors, the most professional politicians, they were all doing it, but nobody would ever know.
Right, yeah, but that's their lifestyle, though. Like,
Nah, that's not necessarily the
lifestyle. What makes you think that the men that
I know regular dudes who live a regular life, family life. They do barbecues, this, that, and the third, and they go into the massage parlor once a week, and they are the nicest, most docile, loving men.
Oh yeah,
that you regular dudes, and you wouldn't even know it.
Just like you said, like I got a friend of mine, married, kids, everything. And that guy is addicted to the massage parlor.
Yeah, man,
and his wife would never even know.
And the dude that I know, man, he's such a nice guy. Does stuff with his family, does stuff with his girl, and you would never know.
He loves getting whacked off by the Chinese lady, dude.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So, but go ahead. I'm just saying you're saying that, but you don't really know what they were actually doing.
I mean, I like to think that I know my father pretty well enough to know that he was a respectful man throughout certain all relationships. Like my mom doesn't have a problem with that. My mom would tell me, I guess, like other people, that would be a situation like, why did you guys break up? Oh, because I did this, or whatever the case is. Like we have a very open relationship and stuff with like information and being honest with each other. So I like to think that the men in my life are not like that. Yeah, because they've never given me the impression that they were like that.
Yeah, I was just saying that men are not going to give you the impression.
Look, quick question for you though. What do you what's something women expect?
Hold on. And this is why, bro. Chat. Let me tell y'all something, chat. This is why I don't fuck with girls that don't fuck with me back. Like if you don't want to fuck with me on that level, chat. If you don't want to fuck with me on that level, chat, I'm not about to sit here and entertain your stupid ass. I'm not about to be your friend. I'm not about to be none of that shit. Either you like me and you want to talk to me and you fuck with me and you gonna do what I say, or you just gonna keep it stepping, get the fuck out my way, and stay your ass over there on that side. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I'm moving. That's how I'm moving. Like, and that's why I can't have no female friends. I don't have female friends. You feel me? What do I have female friends for? I barely got homies. You know what I mean? So having female friends, there's no such thing as female friends. Come on, chat.